I can totally sense this energetic shift in people, um, especially recently. A lot of people that I've been encountering seem to be very scattered and frantic and kind of desperate to move on to the next thing and like unsure of where they're at and just very like kind of unsettled. Um, and I think a large part of that is to do with this kind of shift into a time where there isn't so much continuity. Things don't stay steady for as long. The universe is desiring to move into a faster pace. And so what that means is we spend less time doing things. We spend less time in a certain circumstance. We're learning the lessons quicker so that we can move on to the next thing quicker. And so what that means is like lessons in all aspects, and lessons come to us in all forms. And so lessons come to us through certain people. Again, that's like why we feel attracted to people at certain times, is that we are sensing that that person energetically can facilitate our expansion and we can facilitate theirs. So we're meant to join up at that time so that we can facilitate each other's expansion. And then once that expansion has occurred, then we're meant to part from that person and like move on to the next person or the next activity so that we can continue to keep going upward and expand and get to know ourselves better. And I think that's freaking people out a little bit because in the past we've been spending a lot of time with a few people. We would like marry one person and spend our whole lives with that person. Or we would have like a best friend and spend all of our school years with that person. There was much more stability. And we're realizing now that stability isn't really relevant to expansion. It doesn't serve expansion. It actually stagnates expansion. Expansion is always changing. It's always getting bigger. It's always growing. It's always expanding. It's always changing. So we're never meant to spend a lot of time at one stage unless really we're not supposed to spend much time in any stage. The only reason we spend time in a certain stage is because we're resisting some aspect of the lesson that we're supposed to be learning. So then the lesson, the opportunity for us to learn that lesson continues to be a part of our reality. And it may continue to be a part of our reality by the person who's supposed to teach our lesson continuing to be with us. And we might start to feel very resistant to that person and get in lots of arguments or feel very bored with that person and resist those feelings. And so because of the resistance, we're not learning the lesson, we're not allowing the expansion to occur, so we're just stuck with that person. And then we start to resent that person because we feel like that person is the cause of our unhappiness, when in reality, if we allowed the lesson to occur, we would continue to be in bliss all the time with that person, and then that person you would part ways with that person, and then you would move on to the next thing. And I think, so I think we need to be okay with this and be okay with what's going on. Accept it, allow it, understand that it is serving us, it is serving the universe. And if we go with it and fully allow it to happen, we will experience the bliss that is the byproduct of expansion. If we allow the expansion to occur at the pace that it wants to occur right now, we will be in alignment and we will be experiencing that bliss. So maintain that inner peace, maintain that mindset that I am experiencing right now, and let go of the judgment of that experience. Just allow yourself to experience and experience and experience, move from experience to experience, and appreciate each experience for the love that it is, the infinite reflections of love that each experience is. And it will make for a smooth, expansive, very wonderful, thrilling, exciting, surprising ride. Yeah, and it'll all start making sense, because it does make sense. It makes sense if we stop trying to make sense out of it. It makes sense if we just allow it to happen. If we try to make human sense out of it, it doesn't make sense. Because human sense is false, because humans created it with their human minds, not with the understanding of truth. So once we ease into the trust of truth and into the trust of the flow, it all starts to make sense. We'll be like, oh, of course I just interacted with that person. I had all of this energy and I had to express it, and that person was ready to receive it, and it served that person and it served me. And then of course we're parting ways now because we accomplished that task, that expansion, and it was beautiful. Yeah. So have fun with it, go with the flow, have fun, enjoy the ride, because it is very, very fun if we allow it to be fun and if we go with it. Yeah. Thank you.